Okay, so here's a great case study from last year, end of last year, that is really good to explain. I don't know if you saw other videos from us, but we have explained what makes a profitable campaign because it's basically a mix between creatives, angles, and audiences. Um, we are what we do here is to build profitable campaigns with cold traffic. You have another video that fully explains this in a nugget, but the number one thing that 98% of the advertisers are missing is to test different angles, right? Marketing angles. And again, the best way for me to explain this is with a case study, okay? Bamboo Ave. This is a brand that sells swim shorts. Nowadays, they have a bit more products that they sell t-shirts and everything, but the core product and the only product that they sold for 2 years in the first 2 years of existence was these board shorts. Back in September, I believe, the founder of Bamboo Ave reached out to us to help them to scale, to not even scale. They just wanted to keep running ads throughout the winter. Basically, the founder was a former Facebook employee, and so he knew how to run ads. He knew how he that was his job actually. So to help other brands and educate them on how they could spend more on Meta on Facebook ads, and so he knew a thing or two about ads, but he missed some of the crucial um, marketing foundations that came from persuasive copywriters from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like we can drop some links to share some really amazing knowledge and books that really comes out to the root cause of why people buy things. And once we understand that, it makes everything else easy. Okay. And so basically, as you can imagine, he knew how to run ads. He had and launched a successful brand, and all the campaigns were profitable during the summer and spring and summer. And the problem was that every time September hit, he was forced to kill all the ads, as you can imagine. So that's why he hired us to try to come up with a strategy that could keep on the business to sell some inventory left throughout the winter, right? And so here is a print screen of everything we've tested in the first 2 weeks, right? As I told you before, it's a mix between creatives, audiences, and angles, right? And as I told you, the angles is always the first thing that we want to test, okay? Here, this is super simplified, obviously, but every time we work with a new brand, we spend like 2 full days doing our onboarding process, and we dedicate this time to fully understand what are the main desires of the people who buy these products, what are the pains they are suffering, what are the competitor products that people are getting, why they do love them, why they hate them, and trying to really understand what are the key drivers that make people buy the product, right? Based on that, we can come up with different avatars, different personas, different people that buy for different reasons. And each avatar has different, again, pains or different dream outcomes that they wanted to achieve, right? I'm trying to speed up things here to not put this video as a super long one, but all this to say that after doing this research and onboarding process, we come up with different 5, 10, whatever it is, different angles, different big ideas for different personas that we want to test. And this is the first test that we do on every account, especially on an account where they have a lot of data. We know the type of content that works well, but everything is broken at some point, right? For them, a 30 to 35, like a $35 CPA could be okay because the product is like 65, 70 bucks. And so this is generating 2 rows, and it was okay for them, but not ideal. So they wanted to get something below 30 for sure. And as you see, this is the cost per acquisition. We want to test and be quick to kill the non-performers, but what we are looking at this point is just to find one gold nugget, and this is exactly what we found here. And again, let me recap. We are trying to sell swim shorts back in October 2024 to the United States, right? Here's the list of angles that we've tested, and the big winner that we found was working from home. And so by positioning these swim shorts as the most comfortable piece of wear that you can get to work from home was getting people to resonate and buying a lot, right? You can even see that the conversion rate of the traffic that was coming from this angle was converting at 7.5% against the top performing angle so far from the past that was converting almost a half, so 3.7%. And so this clearly guides us on, okay, there's an avatar of people who work from home, and despite being October and start raining and getting colder, they still want to get comfortable in their homes. They are working from home, they are spending a lot of time there, and they want to get comfortable, and swim shorts can be just that, right? Now, this is where we want to understand as quickly as possible without overspending much, and find a creative way to test this with the available content that we have, and tweak some of the scripts or tweak some of the hooks just to make sure that when we test them, it's actually being clear as what we are testing, right? Because once we understand this, we jump to creatives, because now we have a new persona, people who work from home. This is not people who go on. And sorry, to go back, if you ask me, I was not betting on this angle to be the winner. Okay, so some people of the team, they really wanted to tackle the travel, because people travel all year long, and especially whoever travel more on the winter months, they most likely don't have the equipment to travel, and that just makes sense. Myself, I was more betting on going to the gym or for jogging, because these are two activities that people do all year long, and even on bad days or bad weather days, they still use shorts. And so if we could adapt and say that despite being a swim short, this product is also good to go to the gym, and because it has all these pockets and everything, or going for jogging, I was betting that people would still would react better. But that's the beauty of relying on data and not just on what we believe, right? We have to do a proper research. We have to make some assumptions in the beginning for sure. But once we start testing, we just have to follow the blood. We just have to follow the green roads, okay? So next step is to obviously creatives. Now that we know what angle works the best, and we've tested with existing content, we didn't have to record any new content, we didn't have to ship product to anyone's place. Like, we just recycled the content that we had available. We were creative at making a quick video and a quick image that could speak directly to these personas and address these topics and problems. Now we are in a position where we can confidently say now that we need content to around this topic, right? And this is the time where we actually need creators like influencers, actors, I don't know, people, your friends, yourself, to record content around this topic that we know are winners. And so that's exactly what we did. And some of them completely tanked, and the goal is, again, let's kill it as soon as we feel that we have enough data to understand that it doesn't work. And the goal again is to find a banger, because one winning creative, and I tell you this based on experience, like one winning creative can make 100K months easily, okay? And so in this case, this creative was a UGC, so user generated content, a real person recording with their smartphone at home. And we actually broadened up the market a little bit. And so instead of talking only for people who work from home, we use this guy on a suit arriving home and saying, the moment I get home, the first thing I do is always get rid of my suit and I put these swim shorts. Why? Because they are buttery soft, because they have all these pockets, because I can go out. Like, then he starts to explain the features, the benefits, and everything around the product, right? But the main hook and the main idea is, after a long day at work in an uncomfortable suit, and my ultimate desire is to get comfortable. And this is the best shorts I ever tried on to do just that. So I hope that this was, I love these case studies and explain like what we did first and what we did next, because it's not just showing results and that everybody starts imagining and trying to figure out how have you gotten there. This is how we got there. Okay, so if you have any question, just drop a comment and we'll get back to you.